Hi, Myra. Good to see you.
Thank you. Likewise.
Yeah.
We need to
Dog
buy
barking.
Christina a stick, a dog stick, or teach her dog how to go cut a switch. My dog does the same thing. Someone can't come within 20 feet of the door.
Yeah, our dog used to be the same way. We had to keep the shutters closed because if she could see him, she'd bark at him.
Yeah, I keep trying to convince her that she's a good guard dog if she doesn't bark, but she's got the bruises to prove it.
Yeah.
What kind of a dog is he?
Just a little, dog, a dog, small one.
Yeah.
And then,
Mine is I thought he was more Shih Tzu than Pomeranian, but it seems like he inherited the Pomeranian barking. And oh my, anybody goes by the walkway and it's a busy walkway, he's got to let him know. that you dogs don't bark much, Christina, do they?
yeah, there are times when they do.
Oh,
Bella mostly.
After the mailman shows up.
Oh, yes.
All the dogs in the neighborhood, when I used to live over near a place, they all would bark at the mailman. They all got in synchronized. The synchronized barking.
Yep, that they do.
Except for one time. My wife, when she was a letter carrier among her many jobs with the post office, she was delivering to our house. And our dog started barking at the mailman. And then she went over to the gate and started saying, Poochie, why are you barking at me? And he got so confused because he was supposed to bark at the mailman.
That's mainly the uniform.
Yeah.
It's the jingling and the noise they make and all that. They're thinking she had a cart.
Yeah. And now, especially when they scan the mail with that beep, our dog used to hear that beep and she'd start barking.
Or like a package or something.
No, priority mail, they have the barcode on them. They'll scan them when they deliver them to show their delivery.
Joseph, hey, why don't you open your vest so I can see your shirt? Is that the winner?
Are you making a pass at me?
Yeah, maybe. That's the one that won?
No, it's not a winner. This is one that I made before we had the thing. The winner was actually design number 1, if you remember the sheet.
They all look pretty familiar. I mean, similar.
Well, there's a lot of similarity between them. Yeah, that's what happens with design. When you give them a certain number of elements, they have to put the elements you want in there.
Sure.
Almost didn't recognize you, Irene, with your new hairdo.
I know. Look at that.
Is that
She's
the
like
James Dean haircut?
Almost like Veronica Lake.
Yeah.
it's Irene.
There
Well,
you go. Go back another couple of generations. So, Joe, what's new with you today?
Not a whole lot. I got to see Irene and I met at almost a little before 8 o'clock this morning in line. Other than that, nothing. We finished the Easter parade with Bill Holden. Bill Holden did a great job of narration and being the interviewer.
Mm-hmm.
And he was really, really energetic. And that energetic passed on to the people he was interviewing. So they got energetic and excited also. So it turned out real nice.
So he's contagious. Is that what you're saying?
He's contagiously energetic. Did a good job.
Good. Yeah, he always has a good upbeat. There's even upbeat in his voice. There's a lilt in his voice.
Yeah. And then I think of Christina, she can tell us all about her videos. So she keeps posting her flowers and stuff that she sees on her way to the lab core, I think. And bees. Yeah, tell us about the bees, Christina.
What about it?
Well,
Did you see it?
You seem to like to video them.
When I was taking a picture of the bottle brush plant,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw a bee, so I videotaped it. That's it. That's all I know.
Well, where can people find this video?
Facebook,
Facebook, yeah.
Leisure World.
Yeah, I saw one with butterfly
Yes.
pollinating flower.
Mhm.
That must be really close up to see the pollination taking place.
I love Christina's videos.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Really, they are unique. You really have an eye for beauty,
Thank
and you're consistent. Yeah, I do enjoy it very much so.
Thank you.
She has a point of view and you can see it in what she's doing. Yeah. Very nice. How about you, Charlie? How are you doing today?
Oh, pretty good. We've got a theater club potluck tonight at 6 o'clock in Clubhouse 4, and everybody's invited. If you come, bring a main dish, side dish, salad, or a dessert. And Saturday,
If I was going to
Eric's
bring
got-
all those things, I'd just eat at home.
well, you just bring one of them.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, Saturday, Eric's got his show at Clubhouse 4 at 7 o'clock, which should be pretty good. And other than that, everything else is fine.
He's got a very good singer. Don Sunday is the guy's
Yeah.
name. And you're really like a professional singer.
Oh, he's very good. Yeah. He's just,
Do you know about it? Do you know about his background?
he's retired from I think the Navy or something like that. And he was I don't know if he was in the band or he sang there too. But he's got either Alzheimer's or dementia problem. So sometimes he's not there, if you know what I mean. He's it seems like a nice guy. He just got married to Beverly.
Beverly Adams. Yes.
It was funny because we were going to meetings and he was part of the group and he says, I can't attend because I have a date tonight. And he's like 89 years old or something, you know?
Oh yeah, he came one time when he and Beverly came to Cabaret. He introduced her as his girlfriend, which kind of surprised us all.
Did it surprise her?
And sometimes people with dementia still have musical stuff going on, even.
Oh yeah,
though
no,
they have other
look
issues.
at Tony Bennett.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah,
it.
no, when it comes to singing, he's perfect.
That's it.
My problem is I can't sing now.
The first time I saw him sing was live. And he was standing there and I'm going, you know, and he needed help with a lot of things.
Right.
And then this beautiful voice came out of his mouth and I'm like, wow.
Oh yeah, he's very good.
That's like the old joke about the guy that worked in a machine shop and he got his hand crushed and they took him to this great doctor, hand doctor, and they looked at it and they says, boy, that's pretty bad. And the guy says, well, will I be able to play the piano? And he says, yeah, I think so. He said, that's great, because I always wanted to know how to play the piano.
Who was that American Idol winner that when the first time she appeared, you know, she was just a middle age, or I don't even know if she's middle age, but she was kind of a medium income British woman.
Talking about Adele?
No.
Is that?
I
is
remember
her name?
that,
No,
but I don't remember the name.
Yeah,
It was Boyle.
yes, Susan Boyle, right?
A frump-looking lady.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when she opened her mouth, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, then of course there's
Simon
people
and I.
that they call savants that can't tie their shoes, but they can play classical piano.
Mara?
Charlie, I'm glad to hear that gentleman is singing at the theater club. He came to the community church and wanted to sing, and he couldn't understand why we had professional singers, And she said, no, you don't have to pay them. She says, I'll sing for you.
Talking about Don Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we never got to hear him. He just wanted to do the whole thing. But now that you mention, I sense that there was a little behavior thing. But I'll keep it a secret. But I'm glad that he's singing with you, because he wanted to sing so badly.
Oh, he's not singing with us. He mainly sings with Eric and at karaoke.
Oh, good. But he does have a nice voice.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Great.
So Charlie, then you don't have a Zoom Tales tonight?
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
Okay.
I changed it to 5 o'clock because I've got commitments later in the,
Mhm.
so I have to be there. So at 5 o'clock, I told Charlotte it was 5 o'clock. Oh, I like round hours, don't like half hours. Fine.
So where is this party tonight, Charlie?
The potluck,
Yeah.
it's 6 o'clock in Clubhouse 4.
And what is this for?
It's just a theater club potluck where we've invited anybody and everybody if they want to come.
Oh, from the happy hour?
Well, no, it's a potluck. No,
Okay.
It's a theater club potluck.
Oh,
you
okay.
bring your own booze.
Got it.
Although,
They have their own happy hour, and believe me, they like their wine.
Some
and,
of them
and,
get started way before.
and Sally's even coming. She came home Saturday from rehab, and she's doing real well with her hip replacement, but her elbow, they're not sure what they want to do with that. So she got her right arm is in a cast.
So she might wind up with 3 legs. They're going to put a leg replacement in there too.
Oh, no. They talked about an elbow replacement, but apparently the doctor said they're real painful.
Yeah, I can't imagine that would be any much different except in size from a knee replacement.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I saw my neighbor the other day who had we talked about it, I think last week, Mako, which is a robotic knee replacement, robot driven, assisted by a doctor. And I just stopped at her house yesterday and she was showing me the incision and all that kind of stuff. Outpatient.
Wow.
You made a date
And
to go see her scars?
No, I brought her and her husband some food I cooked. But yeah, outpatient, I think some of that probably has to do with the risk of being in a hospital isn't so good. So
Mhm.
yeah, but it
Oh.
was quite amazing. Quite amazing.
That-
Apparently it's,
That's what I've been waiting for, Fred. You know, I had my knee replaced a year and a half ago, not knee, a hip. Total success. And a second visit, I go to my doctor. I said, you know, I have a little pain in that leg. He said, oh yeah, that's your knee. Now we're gonna do your knee. And oh shit, I was just not ready for it. I said, I'll wait until they come up with something, you
well,
know.
that's the latest one. It's like $1 million plus machine apparently
Uh-huh.
that they do. I don't know all the details of it, but it's the latest thing now. I guess
Oh, great.
everybody's
Great.
going in that direction. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. That's what I've been waiting for.
I've
One
been
of these
waiting
days
for
you'll
them to be
go
able
there,
to
there
do.
won't be a doctor. There'll just be the robot.
That's okay.
Mara, the worst thing about knee replacement is the rehab.
Yes.
Takes about 3 months to get back to normal.
I think it's longer than the hip rehab.
Why?
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, I had one of my knee replaced already. It wasn't 3 months, no.
Well, everybody's different, but
Mhm.
it takes time.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I've been waiting for them to do lobotomy by liposuction, and I'm gonna get one.
That's probably available. Just ask.
Yeah, I'm waiting
So
for the home,
Christina, what's new with you?
I'm waiting for the do-it-yourself home kit.
Next week, I'm going to be very busy. I will not be able to attend the Zoom meetings on Thursday. My brother-in-law is having, he has kidney cancer, so he's having surgery on Thursday.
Oh.
Right.
Is he local? Is he here locally?
Santa Ana, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we wish him well.
Yeah. Kidney cancer is one of the least deadly kinds of cancers
Good.
because it doesn't attach to other organs very easily. And if they catch it early, it sends out tentacles and that stuff, but it doesn't attach to other organs easily.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, we had a friend that had kidney cancer and it was encapsulated. And they just removed the kidney and he was
Yep.
fine.
Hopefully, yes.
that's essentially what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve, okay, let's update your life and future and
Well, I have a summons from the Orange County Court. I guess they just want me to be on the jury, so I don't have to get a lawyer, so that's good.
You can get out of that because of your age.
They told me I couldn't. I called them already.
Oh, you shouldn't
They
have
said
called because
California doesn't have an age limit.
well, the mistake you made was calling them, because if you don't call them and they don't send it like certified mail, you can throw it in the trash. And when they call you, you just say, I never got any notice. Show me the receipt. Did you send it certified? And of course they'll hang up and say, oh, okay, click.
go ahead, Christina.
Steve, I just did it not too long ago.
Oh,
And luckily, all I had to do was call every afternoon,
yeah.
and I wasn't called in, so.
Yeah, I think it was 3 years ago. I called them, so we'll see.
Mhm.
It's in Westminster. I have to go anyway. If I have to go in,
Yeah, if you have to go in.
yeah. So it isn't too far.
Mhm.
Other than that, we've been out to eat a couple times, and for Easter, Summit House. I needed a loan after that, but other than that, went to the packing house yesterday. That's kind of fun to go there. It's in Anaheim, downtown.
Hmm.
Kind of fun.
You get around a lot.
Well, My daughter keeps us busy. She's a kindergarten teacher, so
Full of energy.
we picked up a retainer. She had one of her teeth out from her yesterday, so she had some kind of stomach flu, so she stayed home from school. So other than that, not too much is happening. Been watching basketball, the NBA.
And baseball.
Oh yeah, a little bit of baseball.
Mhm.
Freeman hit a couple home runs against Atlanta.
Yep.
So that was nice.
And golf is on today. Of course, it's on every week, but they start on Thursdays. Or if anybody's interested
Yeah.
in watching golf.
Where's the tournament today, Fred?
I don't know where it is, but apparently it's it's a team format. So it's gonna be like
Oh,
pairs of people. They're all PGA
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
PGA players, and then it's best ball and 4 ball, and they got all this different format and stuff like that. But it'll be interesting because it's always interesting to see who the teams are. I don't know how, whether they select it themselves or they pull names out of the hat or whatever. But
Did you see that one guy, Cantlay, he went to St. Hedwig's?
oh, yeah.
it's funny you mentioned Cantley because my daughter belongs to Old Ranch, and his family are members there, and so everybody knows him. And his brother is also.
He's been doing well lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's playing with. It's the guy's name Scheffler, the real hot player right now.
Oh, yeah,
and him are-
Scheffler.
Cantley
Yeah.
and him are partners today, so that'll be interesting.
Wow, yeah,
Because they're hot. Both of them are really hot.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And Spieth really pulled it out. If you were watching the final the other day, they
Yeah, he
was
hit about
what was the first hole of a playoff between Cantley and Spieth. And Spieth was in this trap, not a really good lie. Well, Cantley was too. Cantley had like a buried lie. But Spieth hit a shot to about like 1 foot from the cup.
Yeah.
And wound up winning the tournament in the first playoff hole.
Mhm.
David, what's new with you?
Well, I've got a video that I'm working on, that I shot, produced, edited all by myself. This is my first solo production.
Cool.
Should have it on YouTube here. I just got the program today, so I can finish the credits, and I'll have it up on YouTube. Hopefully
long
this
is it?
week. I think it's about 30 minutes or 40 minutes.
So you're going to put it on the television stations too?
Yeah,
Good.
eventually, yeah.
And next week,
Hopefully in
send us the
time for next
links.
month.
Send us the YouTube link so we can go look at it on YouTube.
Yeah, and post it on our Facebook page, the club Facebook page. Okay. Then we'll get noticed about it and be able to watch it.
Sure.
What happened to Joe's face?
I don't know. It looks
Lost
like he's
weight.
giving us the finger, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or something.
What is that?
I was watching taking a class, I guess you'd call it, about programs to teach you piano. That's basically what the name of it was. So the woman that does the show, she's a real techie, and she gives a list of all these different apps and stuff like that, and a lot of YouTube. She says, man, there's all kinds of YouTube channels that you can watch to learn piano. So that was kind of interesting. I guess I've owned about 3 keyboards in my life, and I've never learned to play a single one of them. But
Well, what usually happens to me is I get to the point where I can play Old MacDonald or something like that,
and that's
and
it.
someone comes over and picks it up and plays a symphony on it, and then I just throw it away.
I know one time I bought one, this woman I knew knowed how to play the piano, and she's, oh, you got a keyboard? Oh man, that piano's simple. I'll help you. And she comes over to my house and she sits down, like you say, starts playing some concerto or something. She says, see how easy it is? I says, yeah, it's easy because you know what you're doing. She didn't say, this is C, this is D. She just started playing. See how easy it is? Another
Playing
one of my
musical instruments-
failures.
Lessons on playing musical instruments are like get-rich-quick schemes.
Mhm.
We all believe them for some reason.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can do that.
And this woman was saying lessons now, she lives up in the Bay Area. Lessons currently now with the music teacher are like $90 an hour.
Whoa.
Ooh,
So that's a good reason to look at YouTube. So
Irene, do you
haven't
have
bought
anything
one.
to give us today?
Oh yeah, I worked on yesterday. I was working on the
Centenarian.
Centennial with Mike. With Mike and Michael and Anna, and we did the what was it with the volunteers? We loaded the flowers, the
The
gifts.
gift box.
Yeah, and each volunteer took these to the centennials in Leisure World, and there's about 18 people.
Wow.
So that's what I did yesterday, and the room was so small with 2 cameras, it was a little difficult. So, but there was a lot of people taking pictures in there. The city of Seal Beach, they had about 3 representatives. Also, who was it called? Who was it? The City Hall, was it Thomas Moore? Yeah, he was delivering the baskets. So that was kind of interesting.
Nice.
Irene, you're
That was
saying that there's
yesterday. So
Irene, you're saying there's at least 18 people that are over the age of 100 or over in
Yeah.
Leisure World.
yeah,
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, Lewis that shows up every once in a while, he'll be 100 this summer.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
haven't seen him lately.
Yeah, he shows up. I do a little iPad thing twice a month, and quite often he shows up. Irene comes to it. Also.
Yeah,
We have two at the
and he
community.
also is also
Repeat that, Irene. I didn't hear what you said.
he's in a couple of the Get Set Up programs that I've been working on. And
Oh,
Lewis-
okay.
Yeah, Lewis shows up, and and we honor him. Yes, he's neat to talk to, and he says come by and visit him because he's got a walker and he's home, So he suggested that we only visit him, all these people.
Can you hear
That's
the
it.
air compressor running?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very mild noise. It's a hum.
How about now when they're hammering?
yeah. Yeah,
They're doing some stuff on my roof. I'm sorry. Try to stop the water from leaking in when it rains,
Mhm.
Little stuff. I was going to recommend for David, because you're now going to be doing the videoing at the theater club. It'd be a good opportunity to go there and meet them while they're drunk.
Yeah,
At today's event.
lose a little bit. Like they're ever sober, right?
Could shoot,
That's
you
at
could
6
shoot
o'clock.
video
One of
of
them lives
them.
right across the street from me. I know these people.
Yeah, you could shoot video of them and then blackmail them, David.
They don't care. They're actors.
That's right.
I was just playing a role. I didn't know there was a bullet in the gun.
Mm.
That's the Alec Baldwin excuse.
The Alex Baldwin excuse.
Yeah.
I mean, just on the face of that, how can they even have guns with live ammo within 100 miles of any movie? I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't get it.
Me neither.
Even the blanks can hurt you.
Yeah, remember that guy shot himself, killed himself with the blank?
Yeah. The actor,
That
the
actor.
actor on Smith and Jones or something like that.
Yeah, there's
He's
a guy
playing
that
around, he held
wasn't
the
very.
gun up to his head and fired
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what we call evolution. Those people don't live very long that are
Yeah.
that stupid.
Yeah, he won the Darwin Award that year.
Exactly.
You know, they have a wad, you know, and the wad comes out at high velocity. Even without the wad, just think of the energy of the powder that's, you know, exploding there, and you have it close to your temple. It's gonna kind of hurt.
Not good.
So you think
Plus,
it
it's
was,
on fire.
you think it was a sabotage
What?
someone bulleted.
on the movie, the Alec Baldwin incident?
Oh, we're talking about the boat now?
Oh, I thought you were,
Alan Baldwin.
yeah.
Oh, Alec Baldwin?
Mm.
I don't know what I think. I don't have enough facts or information about it.
I think it was a
He
low
shouldn't have
budget
pointed the gun at
operation.
anybody. There's no doubt about that. It shouldn't have been pointed at anybody.
Yeah. Apparently it was a low budget operation for one thing, apparently. I don't know. That's about
If I remember right, it's a revolver.
Yeah.
And you can check a revolver real easy. You know, the barrel comes out. You look at you know, what's in the barrel. You can tell there's a bullet in there. You can tell there's a shell, and if you look at the other side, you can see the bullet. So it's,
Well, yeah. I think on most of those movie shoots when they're using weapon, there's a guy that does that. That's his job. But I think on this one, they cut a corner. We don't need that guy. We'll just have Joe, the lighting guy. He'll do it. Or, you
No,
know, something
it
like-
was somebody's niece.
Well, whatever.
They tried to
somebody-
hire a real guy, and he recommended his niece because she had done it in one other movie before.
Exactly.
But you know, you do a cowboy movie, there's guns everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, everybody's got at least 2 guns. You know, and then a rifle from their horse and
Well, look at the
a
cop shows
Gatling
on
gun
TV.
if there are Indians around.
And that's just Dallas, Texas. You don't have to be on a movie location.
And they ride into town and shoot up the people.
Yeah, and what's wrong with that is it's my understanding that in the cowboy days, which actually didn't last very long, they used to make people hang up their guns when they came into town because they knew they were going to go get drunk and they'd have a shoot them up, and they would make people had to stop at the sheriff's office or someplace and turn
That's
in
what
your
made
guns.
Wyatt Earp famous. He started that, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
That he had people at each end of town.
Yep. Yeah.
I'll tell you a little story about shooting blanks at one of my police academies. I went through 2 of them. One of them, we would shoot each other with plastic bullets in a training exercise, and we had our vest on and stuff like that. And it was kind of scary because we were using revolvers, but everybody would check, you know, the revolver and make sure there wasn't a real bullet in the chambers, in any one of the 6 chambers. And they like double, triple check to be sure there were no real bullets in the cylinders. And then we would insert the plastic bullets. And the plastic bullets had a little tiny charge and then a plastic head. And they would sting when it hit you. And that was the purpose, to make you not, when you're playing around trying to shoot somebody, you don't want to get hit.
Pretty
But-
good sized bruise.
Yeah, they usually do blanks with a less powder than regular bullets, so that the blank doesn't put you'll still kill yourself with the wad, but they do it with less powder, so it's less, if you shoot somebody directly in their chest or something like that, it doesn't burn through their shirt and stuff. But like in a movie thing, you have to do all the sound in post when you're editing. So if you don't have a decent sound, you have to edit every single gunshot to make the sound. So I think in low budget movies, they might be overcharging the blanks as well,
They also like to see the muzzle blast, the fire come out of the
The
muzzle.
smoke and the blast, yeah.
And again, post-production, if you had to do them all, that would take forever in a big shoot 'em up.
That would take forever, and big bags of money would need to be moving around.
Yeah.
It's amazing the stuff they do in post, because Joe didn't what's her name, Robin, do some post work on a Batman movie? And she had one scene, right? She was working on one thing with him on the motorcycle or something.
Yeah, she had to make it look like he was passing through a bunch of stuff for the effect of motion. He's really stationary, but in the background they're passing. They had to do something to make it appear like he was going real fast. And that was, I think, the challenge he had to do. And they had to do light flickering or something to make it look like it was real.
And it's frame by frame work. It took her quite a while to do it, I think. So it's
tedious.
Yeah, I was in a shoot where we were trying to get the muzzle blast of the guns coming out. So we did a night shoot, and it was difficult to get the blast to come out. The guy was shooting and shooting and shooting, and I don't know if he really got us or not. But we were at that time actually using real bullets at firing at targets. The guy's off to the side, trying to snap good photography of the muzzle blast coming out.
Now you could do it with video and then just pick out the frames you
Yeah,
like.
he could have done it in post production, like Joe Lentonet says.
Yeah, when we trained dogs, we had to train them to not be afraid of the sound of guns. So we used blanks with them a lot, because you'd have the dog and then you'd have a gun. So you'd either sig the dog on the guy or you shoot the guy. So if you were shooting from behind the dog, you had to be desensitized to the sound. So we'd use blanks for that, but there'd always be some idiot who'd aim it at something and shoot, like shoot the dog or something. And they didn't like that.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good if you were a dog.
Want to hear one more story about an idiot that shot himself?
Sure.
Okay. Some guy wanted to be in the SWAT team. Anyway, they're practicing their fast draw at the range, and guess what? He somehow pressed the trigger as he was coming up, shot himself in the leg, hit an artery, almost bled to death. Until for some fast action, they tied a tourniquet on him and ran him to the hospital. And this was a regular cop that did it to himself at the range in front of everybody else.
Wow.
Yeah, the saying "shoot yourself in the foot" isn't just made up,
You know?
Yeah, my
So
dad. Yeah.
Go ahead, Brad.
My dad tells the story. He grew up in Charter Oak, which is now Covina. They had a little orange orchard or something, and he had two brothers. Of course, they always had to go work in the orchard while their dad was, I don't know, had to go to town on business. And he said one of his brothers was walking back up to the house, I guess, from the orchard, and carrying a rifle, and he stumbled and shot a hole in it, shot his foot. And then he limped along. And remember in the old days when they were irrigating, they have these little stanchions that always had a little bit of water in it. So he'd limp along and put his foot in, put his foot in one and then go to the other one. And finally got to the house and says, yeah, he just had a little teeny hole in the bottom, but boy, his shoe was all blown out on the bottom where it went through his foot. So,
One more story of some idiots.
One more funny story about shooting yourself, right?
Yeah. Okay. I was 9 years old. We found a short little 22. And so my three sisters, we made a little fire because we know that it was like a firecracker to us. We didn't know that the consequences. Anyway, 9 years old, 8 years old, and 7 years old, gathering. We made a little tiny fire. We put the bullet in the fire. We gathered around it because we thought it would just pop like a firecracker. Well, it went off and it hit the side of a garage. And there was a little thump that hit the side of the garage. It missed us. So for the grace of God, it missed us, and it hit the bullet, hit the side of the garage, and it had a little thump.
Wow.
That was it. That's the story of dumb 9-year-old, 8-year-olds, and 7-year-olds.
I got one more dumb story. This
Go
is from my father. He and his buddies cut down a rifle. You know, this is way, way back. For whatever reason, they wanted it short, so they cut the barrel off this rifle, and then they needed to reattach the sight to the end of the rifle. So they were in the kitchen kind of heating it up on the stove, you know, and they had some solder and stuff like that. And then they, I guess they finally got it attached, and they were checking it to make sure it was okay. You know, my dad was sighting. There was like a spot on the linoleum. I don't know if it had spots or something. A design on the linoleum, he was aiming at it. And he pulled the trigger, and of course it shot right through the floor and into the basement and into his mother's canning stuff. Broke some canned peaches or something.
If Fred ever invites you to come over and spend the night, don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't have any guns. I don't have any guns. Yeah, when you drink a lot of wine, that's not a good combination to have guns.
Yeah.
So I haven't stopped drinking wine, but I don't have any guns.
David, did you have something to say?
I was just gonna say, I knew guys, go out in the desert with hunting rabbits and stuff, and you spend a few days out there riding dirt bikes and stuff, and at night they would set up the little propane bottles, and set them out in the shrubs and shoot at them, and man, they would blow up like crazy.
Well,
It's
more
another
intelligent play.
Another dumb move.
When Fred was talking about wine and guns, I was thinking about beer and guns, and
Yeah. You know
That's
those guys are
combination.
sitting around the campfire drinking every night when they're doing that.
Okay, one more story because he brought the issue of rabbits. In high school, in my high school, in ROTC, junior ROTC, we had a firing range underneath the auditorium. And I was on the rifle team. And we became experts with the 22s. And they were special 22 rifles that looked like big old huge barrels with a tiny little hole. They were target shooting rifles, specialty ones. We got to be really, really good. At 50 feet, we could shoot the iris of an eye in the prone position. We could shoot that thing 5 times out of 5 times. That little 1/8 inch diameter hole
Well,
in the
you
middle.
make one hole and then you just say the other 4 went through it.
Yeah, so we were experts, really, really good. We would compete with other high schools. So we decided to go rabbit hunting, like David mentioned, because we have these expert shots. We formed a line. We saw a rabbit. We started firing at the rabbit, and we found out that a moving target is harder to hit than a stationary target. All of us fired at that rabbit. The rabbit charged us, went through the line unhurt. We turned around, kept firing at the rabbit, and he got away.
Yeah, you notice rabbits don't always run in a straight line either. They're not dumb. They zigzag.
And then we got separated. And here comes the worst part. we got separated, and somehow we made like a giant U shape. And one guy at the end of the U was firing at a rabbit, and the other guy at the other end, guess what, was me. And I could hear the bullet buzz by me. And the bullets buzzed like a bumblebee. If you have ever had had a bullet near you coming your way, it sounds like a bumblebee. So I heard this go by me, and then thump, it would hit the tree behind me.
Jesus.
And that was my only experience ever being shot at. Not on purpose. I hope it was not on purpose. Okay, end of my stories.
Let's see.
Go ahead, Mara.
Oh, talking about a moving subject, the picture that's in the paper today from the community church, the pastor was washing hands with Virginia, holding I think she was holding the water bucket. I thought it came out pretty good. Please go take a look at it. I became what is called a historian rather than the photographer for the church. So Pastor Johan is the administrator, and he does the posting for Facebook, and that's an improvement because, you know, the Joe and Virginia, Joe and Christina had been following it, and you notice that it's you know, I think it's quite an improvement. But the pictures are mine.
Good.
So,
Congratulations.
Check it out.
and it was a busy week last Thursday. Thursday we had Friday the Interfaith and Sunday Easter, and there were some good pictures. And I was pleased to open the paper this morning and see the big, colorful picture of you know, the hand washing Thursday. So, and by the way, my excuse for not being here on Thursdays, we do food collection for the poor and it's always seems to be on the same Thursday that when the video producers are on. So it's not that I've been at home sleeping. Okay, because I do think very, very highly of this group, you know, from day one. And so I try to make it more often.
Good.
So it's good to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's good to see you too, Mara.
Good
It's been
to
a
see you.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the pharmacy today and I heard this voice, and it's Phil. And
Oh,
he, so I said, "Hey, Phil," you know, and I took off my mask. He recognized me, but he was. This is sort of telling a story on him. Apparently, he had this little, you know, little jar with sort of like a, you know, kids only, I mean, kids safe or whatever, and he couldn't open the damn thing, and he brought it in there, and of course the woman behind the counter says, "Oh yeah, it's just like this," and she opened it up, right, you know, here it is. So anyway, kind of had a
So
little
from
laugh.
now on, when he says he's too busy, we know why.
I know. We had a little laugh. I said, "Yeah, child safe and senior safe."
Well, it's great to see you guys. It's been a really nice meeting.
mhm.
It's great to see you. Have a good time at your thing tonight, Charlie, and everybody who goes over. Go to that theater club thing, David. Since you're going to be their photographer, you should.
Don't forget, David, you got to bring some food.
Have to bring some food.
Yeah, it's
Wine, bring
that's what a
wine.
potluck is.
Bring wine.
About a half a bag of skinny pop.
Just bring a bag and then put it down to the table when you get there, and they'll never know that you didn't have anything.
There's always twice as much food as everybody can eat anyway.
Thanks for
Well,
coming, everyone.
Maybe you should
All
take
right.
take a container with those chips in it, and then when you leave, you can take extra food and put it in the container.
Well, a lot of people used to go with just the container. They didn't bother to bring food.
Yeah, it's you.
All
Okay,
right.
see some of you guys at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Take care.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye,
Okay.
people.
All right, Charlie.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Yeah.